Let me tell you a small story of mine. When I started my CAT preparation, I was so overwhelmed by the amount of strategy, questions, and plannings, all sort of things that were required. So I thought a lot about this. How do I get out of this without even burning out? Because I was working also that time. So there was a lot of burnout from my end. So what I figured out was that it's never about the intensity or the number of questions that I solved. For example, I am taking 1 week and solving all the questions of one topic. So this technique doesn't work always. So what's actually important is the consistency that I put into the preparation. So I've developed some habits, 3 or 4 habits that I'll share with you, and because of that, I can say that I I was able to crack the CAT. So, a small intro about me. I'm Anupriya and I'm currently a first year student at IIM Raipur. So, today in this video, by the title, you might have figured it out that I'll be sharing 4 habits that will help you to crack the CAT. So, I'll be talking about all the 4 habits that I implemented in my preparation, and you can take any of those helpful implementations in your preparation if it would be of any help. So, I've written it down here, all 4 habits. So, first, we'll be going with structured daily practice. So what happened is that what I realized, a lot of times we find ourselves entangled in various kind of topics, because sometimes we pick some topic and another time another topic, and we just try to solve questions randomly. So it doesn't really help. So what actually help is that you give yourself particular time, 30 minutes or 60 minutes devoted to yourself, and in that time try to have mixed type of practice questions, like some questions of RC, some of LRDI, and some of quants. So every day you have to solve some questions regarding to that, because many a times what people do is that they devote one day to whole quants or whole to the LRDI concept revising. So these kind of things are okay, but apart from those things, you have to have some time devoted to the question solving. Mix of questions should be there, like LRDI, VRC, and quants together clubbed. So in this way you'll be having a good practice of changing your mind from a comprehensive base to a logical or analytical mind, analytical questions, how to solve that. So this type of thing will help you in that. So this will be structured daily practice. Now I know sticking to daily targets or setting up these type of times to solve the questions is difficult. So for that, I have a great tool for you that I found out, that iQuanta offers free daily practice tool that can help you set daily targets for solving questions. So what's inside the tool is that you will be able to set the daily you will be able to set daily goals, like 1 RC, 1 LRDI, and 5 quants questions, and you can track yourself every day by making streaks there. And also weak areas will be focused on the dashboard, and you will be able to see the leaderboard also, as so that you can compare yourself with the others, how your peers are doing. So all those things will help you improve day by day, as you will not be aware that every day you are solving just 30 minutes of questions. So that will compound when you will be doing this on the daily basis after 1 month or 2 months. Then you'll realize that this is actually helping. So you can try out this tool. It's totally free, and you will be able to check your strengths or weaknesses, or you can be like very efficient in whatever you are studying. You can apply it there every day. So if you want to check out the tool, the link is in the description. And one good thing, the community help is also there. You can connect with your peers and ask for help if you need in any type of questions. Now we will move to the second habit, that is balancing strengths and weaknesses. So a lot of times it happens, and it happened with me also, that I have great inclination towards arithmetic in quants. So major of the times I found myself solving arithmetic questions only, thinking that I'll score 100% in this area, and I can ignore others. But things doesn't fall in place according to what you think it will during the exam. So it's very important to work on your weak areas also. So actual growth will come only when you will work on your weak areas, not just 1 week before the exam. It's about, we are talking about right now what we have to do, not 1 week before. Don't work on your weaknesses 1 week before your exam, okay? So it's very natural to it's very natural thing to stick to your strengths, but you know these are your strengths, so please set it aside for some time and work on your weaknesses. So that will give you a wholesome preparation for your exam. So for this, what can you do is that you can provide certain durations of the day to just improve your weaknesses. So also in the previous practice questions that I was mentioning, you can include the areas which you are weak in, rather than your strength areas, so that during your practice sessions you will be able to handle those questions, or if you are stuck you can see the solutions. So like this, you have to see your weaknesses also. Now we will move to the third habit that we can have, that is quality review over quantity. Now, a lot of students or aspirants ask me, or I also ask sometimes to my mentors, that how much questions are sufficient for a certain topic. So there's no particular answer for that. Okay, many people get their answers as 200 questions or 150 questions or 300 questions or 500 LIDI sets. So that's totally fine, but you can solve those 500 LIDI sets. Sometimes you know the solution, sometimes you just see the solutions written there, but it's of no use if you don't give your time to that question. Like if you're reading any question and you're just thinking for 2-3 minutes and then like, I can't solve it, and then you see the solution and then you understand that, oh, this is the solution, and you now know the solution, but you'll not be able to remember what you saw unless you solve it, give your time and actually solve that particular set by yourself. This issue I've faced a lot, and I'm telling you, I did this mistake a lot of times, that I used to like see the question and I didn't understand sometimes, and I see the solution and I'm like, okay, I'm done with the solution, I know the solution now, I know how to solve it. But don't do this mistake. If you have seen the solution, close the solution now, solve it by yourself, then only you'll get to know how to solve that, and then only you'll remember in the long run how to solve that particular question. And wherever you are getting it wrong, for example, you are solving one question, you got one step wrong, so write it down that in this step I am getting my question or solution wrong. So next time, so I have told in my previous videos also that you have to prepare one notebook of all the mistakes that you are doing in solving the questions. So before attempting the next practice questions, just go through that list, that what mistakes you have done till now, and these mistakes you don't have to repeat it, because how many different types of mistakes you can make. Some calculation mistakes, some concept mistake, some formula mistake, these kind of things. So majorly 10-12 types of mistakes that you can make, right? So all those mistakes, if you have already written that in which type of question you are doing which type of mistake, it's totally fine for you now, that your mind will be immune with this thing that, okay, I know this type of question and I know what type of mistakes I do in this type of question. So you'll be aware about that. So this is for the habit 3. Now we will move to the fourth habit, that is consistency over motivation. Only one thing that will help you is your habit. And I'm telling you, habit, I have told in my previous video also that I was reading Atomic Habits, and if you have not read it, and if you have a lot of time, then only please read it. This book will help you be motivated all the time in all your tasks that you are currently doing, or all the goals that you have set for yourself. You will feel that how productive you can be in a day. I did not read Atomic Habits at that time. I read it very late, like after my interviews and all for the B schools. But I like unknowingly I applied some of the things from that book, and that I got to know that it's actually a thing that you should have in you, that is doing the bare minimum that you can do on every single day. So sometimes it's like, I don't feel like studying today, let me have some rest. Then analyze yourself that how much you have studied in the past week. If you have studied enough, then it's fine, you can have a day off. Also, to maintain consistency, I maintained daily to-do list. I've shared this also, that for around 2 months or 3 months I had this habit of maintaining my day, that what I am going to do or how I'm going to proceed with my day another day. I used to make one day before sleep, or after my last study session. So this helped me to maintain my consistency and helped me to motivate it for the another day, because if you are already prepared for another day, that what other things are lined up for tomorrow, you're done with the motivation part, because you don't need another motivation. You know that you have to do these things, so you have to do, no other option. So sometimes it happens that, okay, you have written down a lot of things, but you don't have the energy to do all those things. But in that days also, at least do 50% of that or 40% of that, you will feel good that you did something on the day that you didn't feel that much to do anything. So all these 4 habits, I am repeating it again. First, structured daily practice. Second, balancing strengths and weaknesses. Third, quality review over quantity. Fourth, consistency over motivation. So these 4 habits, have it in yourself and you'll be good to go for the exam. Thank you for watching the video till end. And one last point I want to mention is that start small but stay consistent. That's the major thing that you have to keep in your mind.